in this one we're living in. From can I buy you a drink? With that first kiss, it all started in a bar like this. Well, I was working on my third beer to get the courage to buy.
All right, I have to admit, today I am super excited to talk about this venue. For anyone that's known me over the last few years, Envy Music Hall has been a pinnacle to my success. Hannah and her crew have been nothing but absolutely incredible to me, and the shows that they have hosted have been career-changing for me. For those of you who don't know, Envy Music Hall is a venue in downtown Port Arthur in Thunder Bay. They've hosted some of the most amazing acts over the years. They host anything and everything, and they bring the concert hall atmosphere to a bar setting. So it all started back in summer of 2018. Now, the old bands had been done for a while, and I had been focusing on work for a bit, but music was always on my mind. Thunder Bay loves their country music, but other than a few gigs every now and then, most of the shows that came here were in the auditorium, and they were already full rosters, meaning there's no room for a local act to join the show. So lo and behold, Envy Music Hall announced that Gord Bamford was going to be playing a show for his Honky Tonks and Dive Bars tour. With him was also JoJo Mason, and Jade Eagleson was later announced as well. As a fan of country music, I was excited to see that another venue had saw the potential in country music and took a shot with a major act in a more intimate setting. And as an artist, I desperately wanted to be on the show. So like always, I begged Envy Nightclub to let me open. Now when you're pitching a gig, a lot of other aspects come into play other than just if you can sing or not. Can you draw a crowd? Do you fit the bill? Do you fit the music being played that night? And can you open the show with high energy and set the tempo for the rest of the evening? Now, Han and Envy Music Hall heard my stuff, loved it, sent my referral over to Gord Bamford and the amazing team at Invictus Entertainment, and I waited and waited for what seemed like forever. I'm sure Envy was super annoyed at the fact that I kept asking for updates what seemed like every 5 minutes. Finally, the day came, and I got the message that I would be opening for Gord Bamford, JoJo Mason, and Jade Eagleson at Envy Music Hall in November. Now, I should also tell you that I was battling a serious knee injury at the time, so not only did I have to practice my vocals and my performance, but I was also going through physiotherapy to gain mobility in my knee again. And I was really nervous that I wouldn't actually be able to walk on stage to perform in what would probably be my biggest concert of my career at the time. And then Envy posted that the VIP tickets were sold out, and I hit a whole new energy. Months of prep and physio had me ready for the concert, and I have to tell you, the crew of friends that came there for me, Mandy, BJ, Josh, Liz, Sarah, Matt, my parents, and there's so many more, I cannot honestly thank you guys enough. From the moment you guys walked in, I was ready for that show. I met Andy Captain, formerly of Country 105, that night, and he asked if I wanted him to do an introduction for me. And like a fangirl, I said, yes, please. He nailed it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a great treat for you tonight. He's a local act from Thunder Bay, Ontario. Please give it up for Tim Albertson. And the crowd went nuts. Now, I've never played a stadium or an auditorium before, but when you have 1,500 people cheering for you, it was a moment when all my hard work finally paid off. After the previous 15 years, it felt like we were finally getting somewhere. The set was great. The crowd was singing along from the very first note. After the show, I met JoJo Mason, and I can honestly tell you that he is an absolutely amazing human being. So kind, so genuine. We chatted out front, took pictures together with fans, and just like that, the lights turned off, and the dream come true for me was now nothing but an incredible memory. I don't know how long it took me to come off the high that I got that night after the show, but I do know that soon after, another Whirlwind concert was soon approaching. Aaron Pritchett's Out on the Town Tour was coming up in February, and I was actually asked to open for it, which again, I immediately said yes. I'd been a fan of Aaron's for years, and fun fact, I had opened for Aaron's son Jordan in Faber Drive years back, so to open up for his dad was absolutely amazing. Also, this show had David James and Kira Isabella, a leader in the female country artist category, and an up-and-comer with some incredible music. I practiced my set every single day and even had an interview with Andy on Country 105 the day before the show. Again, my friends piled into the venue and we brought the house down. David and his band, including a buddy of mine, Al Rowe, were flawless. And Kira and Aaron actually played together and were unbelievable. It was such an amazing night, and it was topped off by it being my girlfriend's very first time seeing me on the big stage. We met up with Aaron and Kira after the show, and they are incredible people. I love that country music is more family than competitors. Such genuine people. So we had 2 incredible shows, 2 life-changing shows, and then Tebe came to town. Now, Tebe was my last live concert I did before COVID struck in January 2020. And before the set, I actually met with him quickly outside the venue and we chatted for a bit. Such an inspiring guy. He has such a great music business mind, and even though we only talked for 10 minutes, the information he gave me sunk in quick. During soundcheck, I got to meet up with Matt Lang, and he blew me away. The fact that this guy is a fluid French Canadian and can sing in English so effortlessly was incredible. I truly felt like I met a lifetime friend that day. Now, the show had a very special place in my heart for a reason. This was the first major concert I performed without my dad. My father was a long-haul truck driver and didn't get to see many of my concerts growing up, but when he was able to make it to Gord and Aaron's shows and have him and Mom in the crowd meant the absolute world to me. If it wasn't for them, there wouldn't be me, so anytime I can praise them in front of a crowd, I'd love to do it. Sadly, the day after my 30th birthday, my father passed away. It shook me to a whole new level. My dad was my hero, my idol, my Superman. Nothing could knock this man off his feet for long. He taught me the value of working your ass off for what you have in life. Without him at the show, it hurt. Mom was there, and I dedicated a song to Dad, and having everyone singing along and paying tribute to Dad with me will be a moment I will never forget. Heaven was listening that day, and I don't. My dad was front row center. NV Music Hall will always have a special place in my heart. Some of the biggest, most memorable moments in my career have come in the venue in downtown Port Arthur on Main Street, Red River Road. So Han and the entire crew of NV Nightclub, thank you guys. Thank you so very much for everything you guys have done and continue to do for me. I owe you guys so much, and I cannot wait to be back there again. Hey guys, it's Tim here. My new single, A Bar Like This, releases March 3rd. But if you want to pre-save it for your Spotify playlist, click the link down below and I'll see you guys then.